I mean, at the end of the day, we're 36 or so episodes into Tsukimichi total. We know Makoto's built different. We know he's him. We know he's him even if he has his rings on. It's just natural Big D energy. Yet, despite being this many episodes in, I still somehow find myself impressed. I'm like, okay, I kind of expect that he won't struggle against Sophia. I expect he won't struggle against this whole situation. But just to see it, to see this it felt like one big Fate reference. I mean, we had Unlimited Blade Works, we had Lancer, it's just like, it was beautiful. It absolutely was. Shiki stuff was fantastic, probably actually my favorite stuff of the episode if we're being honest. But when Sophia does her kamikaze, one last final hurrah, drags our boy into Unlimited Blade Works, and he's like, that's interesting, that's really cool. Oh, these are like your lives, huh? And for each sword that you took from people, you basically get their skills. That's really interesting. Hold on a second. The wind's coming from here. Pulls out his frickin' bow. First shot takes out like a third of them. Second shot takes out the next third. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And it's the fact that she can't do anything. She tries to, and he's like, nah, I'm good. I'll just reinforce my jelly armor. And then he starts busting out the lightning arrows, so rather than it being a singular shot that has to shoot through everything, it then breaks apart and destroys multiple. And the fact that it just felt so disrespectful the longer it went on, because then she pulls out her signature weapon, the secret sauce, the trump card in any other show, and he's like, nah, I'm good. He had as much enthusiasm as he did. Actually, let me correct this. He had more enthusiasm to the response that he's really gotten used to falling out of the sky than taking this seriously as a life or death battle. My MC. Full live reactions over on Patreon. If you want to see my full and good thought to any of these Tsukimichi episodes, it's going to be over there exclusively with only one more episode to go before we have to say goodbye. This season really impressed me. The first half, very fun. I enjoyed it. But it wasn't to the same level of Season 1 for me. Season 2, Core 2, fixed that and really has cemented itself as a great, great season. And I really need to see Season 3 because where the world's gonna go now has me so excited. You have the stuff with Hibiki, of course. I mean, Makoto says in this episode he's gonna kind of leave this one area to her because he just trusts, well, she's a hero, and at the end of the day, he doesn't have to really do everything, right? Nor does he actually want to. The entire reason he did all this was because he made a deal with the goddess in order to get the hell out of there for her to leave him alone, on top of being able to speak the common tongue now as well. Of course, we know shit ain't gonna work out that well, but obviously that's, he's gonna go dance under the moonlight according to next week's episode's title. But at the end of the day, yeah, this is going to get spicier. There's obviously everything that happened with the school in that area that are pretty much indebted to him at this point in time. There's so much to explore, and I really hope they just immediately confirm Season 3. I know we will get Season 3, it's isekai, it's a popular isekai at that. It will get more, it's just, I like it when they don't make you wait a year to realize that you're getting more, and they're like, no, actually, we are gonna give it to you. I even like it when they do the Made in Abyss approach. That show didn't even have source material for another season, and they still confirmed another season. They said, hey, it'll happen, you just gotta give us time. I love that shit, and more anime should do that. Now, will they confirm it right away? Probably not, but I'm crossing my fingers they will, because this, in certain ways, felt like a lot of a setup season, especially with the first half. But it was non-stop payoff 13 onwards, and yet, despite it feeling like payoff with all those episodes onwards, it still felt like they were managing to flesh out and set up so much interesting content with the future of this world. It simultaneously acted like setup and payoff all in one, and that was really, really entertaining. And thank God they did a 2-core, because if this would have been a split core, or this was 2 seasons, like the first half was Season 2, this half we're watching is Season 3, the hype would have been killed 100%. But because we didn't have to have that break, it allowed the momentum to get going, and after playing catch up with all the stuff we needed to see but didn't see in Season 1, it feels like we're actually leaving Season 2 off, so whether we get a 1-core, we get a 2-core, hell, they want to spoil us and give us a 3-core, it just feels like we're set up for success here. But either way, it actually did feel like a lot of payoff. I mean, at the end of the day, Makoto's him. He doesn't need to take his rings off and he's just chilling. And just the fact of just so how casually he does everything is just so big dick energy. It's insane. But honestly, Shiki's stuff was probably my favorite part of this episode, I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't expecting to just start off with him, but I love that stuff. Because the idea of just watching someone who's like, listen, I don't really know my strength. I don't know if how cut out I am for a lot of things, but I need to make sure I'm good for master. And just to watch him over the course of it, just do more and more insane things to the point that we actually killed someone. Wasn't expecting that. I thought everyone was going to make it, especially when your skeleton pal's saying, hey, holes in human bodies are easy patchwork, just keep them alive up to that point. Dude got skewered and turned into a blade. Wasn't expecting that. Like, after he got stabbed, I was like, oh, that's fine, he'll just get patched up. No, he got turned into a blade, so rip bozo to that guy, but, you know, at least one person had to die, I suppose, but it definitely didn't make it easier for any of them. But it was just a really well-produced episode and 2 sections of fights that just had you excited, and it's funny because Makoto comes out of this knowing what he's capable of now, because he got to do a bunch of stuff. Technically, he didn't even go all out, but in terms of his general fighting styles, he learned quite a bit, I suppose. And then when it comes to Shiki, he's like, damn, I got a long ways to go, but I did get the W, but I just gotta learn a bit more. And it's just like, what would the goddess say to this? That the person that she threw away, tossed aside, has wanted to kill at every possible moment. This is what he could do to her if he really wanted to. Granted, she probably has bigger issues in general, but like, you know, it's funny to think about. Now, is she actually gonna leave our boy alone now? No, I don't trust her as far as I can throw her. But it probably will take a little bit before she makes her next shitty move. The biggest thing that will be interesting is what happens with Hibiki and Makoto going forward in Lega Season 2. I doubt they're going to touch much on it in next week's episode. That definitely feels like the next arc or something like that. Because while he's definitely saying, you know, I can leave this stuff to her, she ain't Makoto. Let's be 100%. And it will be interesting to see what they decide to pull. But yeah, like really, the only issue I have with Core 2, and apparently it's not even an issue in the source material. Apparently in the source material, Makoto's little jelly armor, his physical manifestation of mana, is like a blue color. No idea why they went with the shit orange color, but you know what? That's my only real issue with Core 2. Overall, you know I'm a happy camper. I'm definitely going to be sad next week, but I'm just happy it's not a 24-episode season because I need me some more Tsukimichi, and I need that Season 3 announcement as well, so let me know what you thought. What was your favorite fight out of the 2? Definitely Shiki's was mine. It was actually nice to see him get a little push back before he got that massive W, as Makoto's was about as disrespectful as I thought, but still very enjoyable. Let me know down below. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course ring that bell, and like I mentioned, full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Jodhoss, JJ, John, Daedalus, Pickrick, 542, and Thor, Linsgard. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you all have a good one.